Hey, Skol Nation. What's up, my fellow Vikings faithful? You know that electric buzz we all get when we're glued to our screens? Hearts pounding for every snap under those purple lights at US Bank Stadium? Well, grab your horns because today, in this fresh drop from Vikings news, we're diving deep into the hottest topic shaking up our locker room. McCarthy's ankle sprain and the wild world of NFL injured reserve rules. Imagine this. Our young gunslinger goes down in week 2 against those pesky Falcons. And suddenly everyone's yelling, why isn't he on IR? Free up that roster spot. But hold up, because there's a conspiracy theory floating around about a soft benching. And I'm here to bust it wide open with the real facts that'll have you fired up and smarter than the average fan. Stick with me through this roller coaster of roster drama, because by the end, you'll see why our front office is playing 4D chess, and what it means for our purple reign. Who's ready to Skol through the mystery? Let's charge. Picture the scene. It's late in the third quarter, week 2 thriller against Atlanta and McCarthy. Our Michigan-made rookie phenom, the number 10 pick who's got that cannon arm and ice in his veins, scrambles out of the pocket like a man possessed. He tucks the ball, dodges a defender, and boom, twists that ankle in a way that makes every Vikings fan's stomach drop faster than a missed field goal in Lambeau. High ankle sprain, they call it, the kind that doesn't just sting. It sidelines you for weeks, turning dreams of divisional dominance into a gritty rehab grind. McCarthy's been out for 4 straight games now. That's a full month's worth of purple heartbreak. And as of this October 20th update from Vikings News, he's limited in practice ahead of our Thursday night showdown with the Chargers. But here's the teaser that hooks you. If the Vikes had slapped him on IR right then, no more whispers, no extra roster drama. But they didn't. Why? Because in the cutthroat NFL, IR isn't just a timeout. It's a strategic bomb, and we've only got so many before the playoffs. You feeling that suspense yet? What would you do if you were Kwesi Adofo-Mensah calling the shots? Now, let's crank up the energy, because this isn't just about one twisted ankle. It's a masterclass in how the Vikings are navigating a minefield of injuries without blowing up our season. McCarthy's timeline has been a foggy mess from day one. Initial reports scream 2 to 4 weeks out, but Adam Schefter drops a tweet bomb on Sunday saying it was always pegged at 6 weeks. Ouch, talk about mixed signals that fuel the fire. McCarthy himself spilled that docs gave him everything from 2 to 6 weeks, so either something shifted in rehab like a sneaky setback or the injuries just being that stubborn Viking warrior refusing to tap out early. Fast forward to now. He's our emergency third QB behind Sam Darnold and that vet beast Carson Wentz for the Eagles game yesterday. But limited reps mean he's eyeing Week 9 against Detroit for a full return. Skol fans, doesn't this make you want to scream at the TV? Drop in the comments. Was Schefter's first report off base? Or did JJ just hit a rehab wall? Your take could spark the next big debate in Vikings news chats. Zooming out from JJ's battle station, let's talk the big picture that's got our roster looking like a Jenga tower on tilt. Because IR rules aren't some dusty footnote. They're the heartbeat of every GM's late-night sweats. Here's the raw deal. Each team gets just 8 IR with return designations per season, bumping to 10 if we make that playoff push we all crave. That's it, no refills, no do-overs. And guess what, Purple Army? We've already burned through 6 of them like jet fuel on a Brian Flores blitz. Fullback CJ Ham went down on cutdown day but roared back. OLB Tyler Batty same deal, early bird special. LB Blake Cashman post-week 1, now he's practicing again like a beast. RB Ty Chandler after opener, still grinding. Aaron Jones, our hamstring hero, after week 2, and C. Ryan Kelly, that 4-time Pro Bowler, sidelined after week 3 with a brutal second concussion this year. 6 down, 2 left. That's razor-thin margins, folks. Imagine if we tossed McCarthy on there blindly. We'd be out of ammo for the stretch run. Who's with me on praising the front office for this chess move? Hit like if you're nodding along. But wait, there's more intrigue brewing on the injury front, and it's got that edge-of-your-seat vibe that screams Vikings resilience. Take Andrew Van Ginkel, our sack-hungry OLB who's been a ghost lately. Concussion in week 2, barely a cameo in week 3, and now 3 games sidelined with a neck issue that's no joke. If he sits Thursday against the Bolts, that's 4 straight missed and boom, the same why no IR? Chorus starts up again. It's the same trap. With our IR slots hanging by a thread, you can't just yeet every multi-week warrior onto the list for that sweet 53-man flexibility. Nah, Adolfo-Mensah and crew are playing it judicious, saving those last 2 bullets for when the season's on the line. Maybe a key lineman tweak or a secondary scare. Remember non-return IR? That's season-over territory. A death sentence no one wants. Van Ginkel's fighting through just like JJ because deep down these guys bleed purple too. Tell me, Skol Squad, what's your bold prediction for Van Ginkel's snap count Thursday? Comment below and let's build the hype. Alright, let's peel back the curtain on why hindsight's a sneaky beast when it comes to these IR calls. Because from the couch, it's easy to yell, just do it. But in the war room, it's all about those crystal ball headaches. Teams like ours don't always know the full script on day one. That ankle tweak could be a quick 2-game nap or a 4-week saga. And locking JJ on IR means 0 practice reps until after Game 4. No film study huddles, no route drills with Justin Jefferson, nada. That's lost ground for a young QB who's already missed his entire rookie year to a knee issue. Stats showing he was slinging 58.5% completions for 301 yards, 2 TDs, and yeah, 3 picks in his first 2 starts this season. Keeping him active? Smart play. It let him grind through by week sessions and last week's Eagles prep, even if he was glued to the bench as emergency 3rd string. Overrated that extra roster spot? Maybe, since only 48 dress on game day anyway. Fans, does this change how you view the soft benching talk? Spill your guts in the replies. I'm reading every one. Shifting gears to the raw emotion of it all. Can we just pause for a sec and feel the weight on McCarthy's shoulders? This kid's not just rehabbing a sprain. He's carrying the torch for a franchise that's starved for that Super Bowl sparkle since '09, and every delayed snap feels like a dagger. Yet here he is, post-Eagles, telling reporters he's getting there, but not 100%. Ramping up with limited throws ahead of that short-week Chargers tilt. Schefter's flip-flop from 2-4 weeks to 6? It's got that whiff of mystery, either bad intel or a legit progression snag. But either way, staying off IR gifted him those precious practice reps that could shave days off his return. Think about it. On IR, he'd just be cracking open the window now, post-week 7, staring at cones instead of slinging to Jordan Addison. That's the nuance, the hidden hustle that turns good teams into great ones. Who's tearing up a bit for JJ's grit? Give this a like if you're Team McCarthy all the way, and tag a buddy who's doubting our depth. Diving deeper into the roster ripple effects, because Vikings news wouldn't be dropping this gold if it didn't hit our purple pulse. Those 6 IR burns aren't accidents. They're battle scars from a brutal start. CJ Ham, our unsung fullback hero with 9 years of purple loyalty, started on IR cutdown day but clawed back by week 5, blocking like a wall for those Cam Akers runs. Tyler Batty, that OLB depth piece, same early exit and triumphant return. Blake Cashman, post-week 1 warrior, now back in pads shaking off whatever demon sidelined him. Then the RBs, Ty Chandler's post-opener hit, Aaron Jones' hamstring betrayal in week 2, forcing us to lean on Akers and that international grind in London and Dublin. And Ryan Kelly? Oof, 2nd concussion after week 3, activating Ham's return just to plug the center hole with scrambles like Michael Juergens stepping up. We've got 2 slots left, ticking like a bomb. What if a Jefferson tweak or Flores D takes a hit? That's why every practice rep for JJ feels like gold. What injury scares you most heading into the bye? Sound off, Skol Nation. Now, let's crank the storytelling dial to 11, because this IR saga isn't just rules and rosters. It's a thriller plot twist in our 2025 redemption arc. Envision Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah in the dim glow of his office, post-week 2 clocks ticking, staring at McCarthy's MRI like it's the next opponent's scout film. Put him on IR? Boom, extra body for 4 weeks. Maybe snag a vet like that Desmond Ridder we just signed off waivers to back up Wentz. But nah, the gut says hold. Preserve those final 2 returns for the wars ahead. Like if Van Ginkel's neck turns south or Jones' hammy rebels again. Stats back it. Teams blowing early IR slots mid-season scramble like the 23 Lions, down to fumes by playoffs. We're at 6 used, 2 in pocket, all while Wentz posts 759 yards, 5 TDs, 2 picks at 69% clip, keeping us 3-2 and sniffing that NFC North crown. It's that foresight that fires me up. Fans, if you were GM for a day, who gets your last IR nod? Drop it below. Best answer gets a shout-out next vid. Hanging on to that Van Ginkel thread, because this guy's story adds pure fire to our injury inferno. Dude's a tackling machine, but concussions and necks don't care about your stat sheet. Week 2 out cold, week 3 a whisper of snaps, then 3 ghosts in a row. If Thursday's a no-go, that's 4 straight, and the IR whispers turn to roars. But here's the hook. Same bind as JJ, slots are sacred, and non-return IR? That's waving goodbye to your season, no mulligans. Van Ginkel's grinding, limited like McCarthy today per Tom Pelissero's tweet, fighting for that Chargers revenge spot. It's the Vikings way. Tough as Minnesota winters, preserving ammo for the playoff freeze. Remember his 24 breakout, 7.5 sacks? We need that chaos back. Who's hyped for a Van Ginkel strip sack Thursday? Smash that like if you're chanting his name. Let's trend it in Vikings news. Peeling into the psychology of these calls because as fans we live for the what-ifs. But the truth? It's a high-stakes poker game where folding early costs you the pot. Hindsight screams, IR McCarthy Day 1. Clear timeline, extra depth like elevating practice squad gems Henry Bird or Version Lee we've already tapped. But foresight? That's the edge. Injury durations are voodoo. 2 weeks turns 4 overnight, and IR locks you out of practice, stunting growth for a QB who's already got 50 rush yards and a score on 7 carries this year. Plus, that 53-man perk? When 48 activate, it's more mirage than miracle. Our crew chose reps over rest, letting JJ sync with the O-line that's shuffled like a deck, Donovan Jackson wrist, Juergens hamstring, Brian O'Neill knee all dipping toes back in practice. That's why we're not panicking at 3-2. What if keeps you up at night? Share in comments. Your stories fuel the fire. Looping back to McCarthy's personal saga, because this kid's journey is the emotional core that tugs every Vikings heartstring. From Michigan national champ to Purple Prince, only for a knee to bench him year 1. Now this ankle ambush testing his soul. Post by Coach KOC's beaming. Encouraged where he's at. Ramping extensive work. Throwing limited but fierce ahead of Eagles. Yet Schefter's 6-week truth bomb? It clashes with JJ's own 2-6 doc range, sparking that, was it a lie or a linger? Debate that's got forums ablaze. Staying active meant he drilled routes during bye. I'd that Philly return even if inactive. IR would have iced him till now, post-week 7 window. That's reps turning pain to power, yards to touchdowns waiting to drop. Skol tears for the fight? Hit subscribe if JJ's your guy. Tell me your favorite McCarthy moment below. Broadening the lens on our IR ledger. 'Cause these 6 slots scorched aren't random. They're the cost of early chaos in a season scripted for glory. Hams cut down IR? Back by London. Scoring that 2-yard gut punch TD memory from last year's Jets win. Batty's OLB Echo, returned post-week 4 eligible. Cashman's LB Fire, out post-week 1 but practicing now with that Cashman crunch. Chandler's RB depth hit early. Jones week 2 hamstring forcing Akers 4.3 YPC average on 102 carries. 435 yards. 2 scores plus receiving magic. Kelly's double concussion curse? Activated ham slot, but left us scrambling centers like a bad snap. 2 left means every tweak. From Jefferson's phantom hammy whispers to Flora's secondary strains. Feels amplified. Stats say teams with IR discipline win 12% more late-season games. Who's guarding those slots like gold? Like if you're trusting the process. Injecting some interactive spark here because Vikings news thrives on your voice. Imagine you're in the huddle with KOC, McCarthy icing that ankle on the sideline, Van Ginkel pacing the medical tent. Do you IRM for the spot? Or hold for the unknown? That's the dilemma that's got us at 6 used, 2 clutch tight, all while Wentz engineers 3-2 magic with 69% lasers. It's why JJ practiced through pain, why Van Ginkel grinds necks, preserving future fire for that week 9 Lions bloodbath or beyond. No soft benching. It's strategic steel. Fans, poll time. IR McCarthy retro if you could? Yes or no in comments. Top votes shape my next deep dive. Unpacking the Van Ginkel vortex further. 'Cause this isn't sidebar stuff. It's frontline fury for our pass rush that's already Flores-fueled with 15 sacks through 5 games. Concussion week 2, protocol prison. Week 3 flicker, barely a spark. Last 3, neck nightmare, and Thursday's do or die for 4-game drought. IR temptation roars, but with slots scarce, it's active roster warrior mode, judicious like saving a red shirt for playoffs. Dudes 24 echoed with coverage savvy and edge heat. We crave that back against Herbert's arm. Pelissero's limited tag today? Hope incarnate. What's your Van Ginkel comeback playlist? Drop a song suggestion. Let's amp the energy. Delving into the overrated flexibility myth because that extra 53-man spot sounds sexy but plays fool's gold on game day, 48 active, 5 inactives, practice squad elevations like Tim Jones or Nick Vannett filling gaps without the burn. IR McCarthy? Sure, snag a body for 4 weeks, but forfeit his reps syncing with Addison's routes or Jefferson's deep balls. We chose growth over gimmick, letting him emergency QB the Eagles while Wentz slung 150-plus yards per outing. Nuance wins. Unknown timelines mean gamble on 2 to 3 misses, not 4 locked. That's why hindsight's the easy seat. Real time? Pure gut. Agree or nah? Comment your hottest take. Spotlighting McCarthy's mystery timeline twist. 'Cause this fogs the fuel for fan fire. Week 2. 4 weeks. Schefter says. Sunday tweet. Always 6. JJ. Doc said 2-6. False start or setback shadow. Either it gifted active status for by drills, Eagles prep. IR would have parked him till post-week 7, staring at iPads. Now, limited throws. Getting there per KOC. Week 9 target versus Lions. That's purple perseverance. Turning sprain to strength. Who's buying the 6-week truth? Vote in replies. Your call counts. Tallying our IR war chest depletion, vivid as a U.S. bank roars 6 scorched. Ham's fullback fortress rebuilt post-cutdown. Batty's OLB shadow returned week 4+. Cashman's tackling tempest back in pads. Chandler's speed sidelined early. Jones' elusiveness hamstrung week 2. Akers averaging 21 catches 2. Kelly's center snaps snapped by concussions. Ham reactivated for London lines. 2 remain. Ticking for O-line woes. O'Neal knee creeping back. Or D surprises. 8 max. 10 playoff premium we're hoarding for the hunt. Stats. IR-savvy squads playoff 20% more. Trust the horde? Like and let's discuss. Crafting the cliffhanger on roster ripple risks. 'Cause with 2 IR returns dangling, every pratfall pulses panic. From Jackson's wrist wrap to Juergen's hamstring hitch, O'Neal's knee niggle all returning Monday. Blow one now? Mid-season scramble like 22 woes. Hold? Fuel for November frostbite fights. McCarthy's active ace let him mesh. Van Ginkel grind. Strategic symphony. What's the next IR domino? Predict in comments. Winner gets bragging rights. Echoing the emotional undercurrent. 'Cause beyond bylaws, it's brotherhood. McCarthy's ankle ache echoing his knee exile. Yet he's ramping, encouraged, eyeing Chargers chaos. Van Ginkel's neck narrative? Grit gospel. IR limits forge focus, turning scarcity to steel. Wentz's bridge? 759 yards, steady as Skol chant. This is our story, fans, raw, relentless. Feeling the fire? Share your injury survival tale below. Wrapping the IR intrigue with a bang. 'Cause these rules aren't trivia. They're the spine of our surge. 8 slots, 6 spent, 2 treasures for trials ahead. No reckless IR for JJ or Van Ginkel means reps reborn. Timelines tamed. Vikings news gold. Nuance over noise, strategy over speculation. Who's pumped for Thursday's thunder? Few, Skol Nation, we've charged through the IR trenches, busted myths, and hyped the heroes. JJ's grind, Van Ginkel's valor, our front office's foresight that's got us 3-2 in roaring. If this Vikings news breakdown fired you up, smash that like button harder than a florist blitz. Drop your hottest take in the comments. What's next for McCarthy's cannon arm? Hit subscribe for daily purple pulses. Turn on notifications so you never miss a Skol scoop. And share this with your fellow fans tailgating in the lot or streaming from afar. Let's pack US Bank with 66,000 strong. Go Vikes, and until next time, keep the faith purple and proud. Skol.